Hello everyone, welcome back to the Art Playground. My name is Nicci.ca and today I wanted to show you how I'm going to organize my embossing powders. Because I made a chart. My chart's wonderful. It's great. It's great. But if you're like me and you've made a chart, then when you want to use something, you go grab your chart and then you go to your drawer or whatever way you store your powders, and you have to then read the labels and try and match up which one. It's like, oh yeah, that's the one I want, or no, not that one, let's try a different one. So I have a better way, and I'm going to flip you down to my desktop because you guys might like to check this out and maybe do it yourself. So here we go. You ready? A 3, a 2, and a 1. So what I have done, put my chart there. So this is my fabulous chart that I always refer to, and I love it. But then if I'm doing a live video stream, you guys don't want to see me hunting for the color that matches like this one, right? So get out your little handy dandy punchers. I have a 1 and it's 1.59 centimeters or 5/8 of an inch circle punch. And I have a 2.54 centimeters or a 1 inch circle punch. I got some nice smooth cardstock. Wow actually makes a great one that you might want to use. It's perfect for embossing. And I used the 1 inch punch to cut holes. Those are the holes. To cut little circles. So I have all these little circles. I've already put some together, but so we have lots of the white 1 inch circles. Then I used the 5/8 of an inch circle punch to make the black circles, and the reason being is I want to know how my colors, the embossing powders, work on dark versus light. So I'm going to make good references. I'm going to make a whole bunch of googly eyes. And those googly eyes, after they've been embossed, are going to be stuck down on top of my lids. And the way I store these is in a shallow drawer. It's an IKEA drawer set that I have. I think I was going to say Clax, but I don't think that's what it's called. It's the one with a long, where you can fit like sheets of paper in. It's really good. But yeah, so they're all in there. And so I will see right on the lid what colors I want. So I used, and I'm going to show you how I do it because I haven't finished them all yet, Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive Clear Drying Craft Glue to adhere them together, and then they will be embossed. So let's move those out of the way. And here are some that here's a couple more black ones I still have to do. Here's some that I have done already. So these ones are all ready to be embossed. So I'm going to glue a few of these together. I'll put it on high speed so you don't have to sit through it all, right? And you'll see me attach them. And then we'll get to embossing. And we'll be able to like identify all of our embossing powders. Yeah, so I just thought this was a great size. It could even go a bit bigger. It depends on your jar size of your embossing powders. But yeah, look at that. And I'm going to put it down with double-sided tape. I'm going to use Swatching tape. So let's get out of the remainder of my unattached googly eye bits. If you don't know what I mean when I say googly eye, it kind of refers to, you can get like some stuffed dolls or toys that have the white eyes with like the bubble, clear plastic bubble, and the pupil moves around in it. So that's what these remind me of. So I'm calling them googly eyes. I had my ruler out, but then I didn't need it because the measurements are on there. The stamp I want to use, just before we get going here, I'm going to use one of these. Probably that one, I think, with the embossing pad, just because I want to be able to see that the paper is underneath it too, but I think that one will be really nice. So that is why that is out. That is Hey Little Flower, stamp set number 42 from Wow. And my little stamping block. It's very exciting. Let's get gluing. So the way I did it, when I was doing it last night in front of the TV, this is a job you can do when you're just chilling, watching some nighttime TV or a movie, is I just spread out little black dots. Not all of them, because that would take up a whole bunch of space, but just enough to get you going. Depends on how many you have to do, right? Okay. And this helps if you have a long nail. If you don't, you might need a pair of tweezers or something. I'm just going to grab mine to show you. Why do I always misplace my tweezers? I bought a new pair. There we go. They're black this time. Yeah, just to hold down the edge while you glue. I'll show you what I mean. So here's my glue. Let's give it a shake first, actually. Just because it's been sitting. Okay. So you can just hold down the edge and then rub glue on it. Okay. Start by working away from you and then work towards you. That way there would be less chance of getting your hands in any of the glue. And you don't want big globs because you don't want it spreading around when you attach the white circle to it. Then you're going to take your white 1-inch circle and just press it down. Try not to move it too much. If it does move a bit, don't worry. We're going to flip it over in a second. I kind of want mine on the edge, but if you want yours in the center, then you can just put it straight down. Try and do it on like a piece of plastic or that and not a piece of paper, because if the glue does squish through, you don't want it sticking to the paper that might be underneath. This is just a desktop cover piece of plastic that's also from IKEA. That way it keeps my desk clean too, so all the paint does not wreck my desk. So I'm just going to give them a little push down before I flip them over. Make sure they're adhered. Look at that. I did not count my jars before I started. So you may want to count and see how many you need before you start. Okay, let's get some colors going here. If you have the little glitter jars, the sparkles and the glitters and stuff, you can use the same thing. You just need to put some glue down over top rather than your embossing pad. Just gonna grab a sheet of printer paper. Silk lining tape at the ready. Just a double-sided tape. And let's get our stamp. Number 1. What should we do for number 1? The razzleberry. Ooh, razzleberry. I'm going to do it this way. It's okay if it smears a little bit, right? Because we are not making a fancy card. We just want to see the colors. I have to get used to these tweezers. They're backwards from what I'm used to. Razzleberry. So pretty. Okay, so one thing I did not anticipate was, even though it's really thin black cardstock, there is a difference in height. So around the black here, not much has attached. So now I know that I need to really press it into the stamp to make sure I can get this area as well. So the pattern on this one will not be perfecto because I need to do it again to make sure I get enough of the embossing powder on there. So I'm really going to press it down. That's why this stamp is a good size too, so I'm not going to get a bunch on my fingers. So that's another good reason to glue your black dot onto the side like I did, rather than right in the center. Oh, stamp. You could even just do this. Let's try this. Let's experiment. As I drop it. So that is just straight into the ink pad. Let's do a stamped one with the same color. So solid or with some detail. You get to decide. I think I'm going to keep going with the stamp. I'm going to put that one on the bottom. So if you want, you can do it both ways on all of yours, or select one style. Just be aware that there is a ridge on the bottom of the bottle, which is just smaller than 1 inch. Doing things in an assembly line format does go faster than doing things one by one by one by one. So like cutting out all your black circles, and then cutting out all your white circles, and then gluing them all, cutting your suquang or double-sided tape. Every step, if you can do it as much as a assembly line, you'll go quicker. I am going to keep working, and I will show you guys at the end, and I will show you how I store them away in my drawer as well. So I'll see you soon. Phew! So that took some time, but they look great, and I am so going to use so many more of these now because I can see them right away as to what they are and what they can do in my artwork. It's just, it's going to make a world of difference. So remember, if you're going to do this, make sure you shake your jars first before you place the powder on top of your stamped little circle or whatever element you decide. And for the glitters, so these are like the glitters, they call them sparkles. Sparkles! With Wow, it's called sparkles. I went ahead, these are my sparkles. Sparkles. I went ahead, I stuck down a little piece like this. I need a black dot. Okay, I need 2 of these. When you do all your die cuts too, you might want to do a whole bunch so that when you get some new stock, you already have them ready to go, and then they're going to match the ones that you've begun labeling with. Okay, so I started with a little piece of double-sided, there we go, double-sided tape. I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to take one of my black cardstock dots, stick it down there. I'm going to grab another piece of double-sided tape and make it a bit longer. I need to get my Tim Holtz stickers or scissors. These ones are sticking. Okay. And then you're going to place it. Some of them I left a little black part peeking through, and I think I want to keep doing that for all my future ones now. So I'm putting it right across like this. I'm going to smooth it down. Let's move these over. Make sure it's nice and burnished down there. You're going to take the lid off, shake it, take the lid off. Dump a pile. Oh, that's so luscious. That is the gold dust. Okay, and I'm going to peel this off. I'm going to take the lid and I'm going to dip it and press it right in. And then you want to grab, I have one handy, there we go, a brush, a dry paintbrush. You can just brush off the excess. And by doing them different this way, like a visual difference, then they will stand apart in your drawer as to what is what, like a glitter sparkle compared to an embossing powder. Because you don't want to grab a sparkle by accident out of your drawer thinking it's one of your embossing sparkles and then load up your artwork and then go to heat emboss it and oh no, that's just a glitter, because it won't stay. It will not stay there. And that is how you color swatch your glitters, your sparkles, and your embossing powders. Is that great? I hope you guys like that. I'm going to see if I can tilt you. Since I'm using a lot of embossing powders lately, I have decided that this main drawer right in front of me is going to be where I keep them. I'm going to house them here. So I'm just going to let you watch. I'm going to tilt the camera, let you watch, and then speed it up. You can also do this with your flocking. That's one thing I forgot. Let's grab one more dot. Let's quickly do this. I know, I'm a Gemini. I'm all over the place sometimes. Don't worry about me. I have some more flock on order. I'm excited to play with some more flock. So I'm going to take my lid. I'm going to press it and wiggle it. There we go. There we go. I'm not using my paintbrush because it would stay in my paintbrush. I imagine it would stay in my paintbrush. Flock. Flock, it's fuzzy. I'm sure the camera, oh there, it kind of picks it up. Pink flock. Okay, let's tilt the camera now. I have my wow stamps in here as well. It's time to organize. Okay, so it's all organized now. Yay! It's all right here in front of me. Easy access, ready to go. I just got, it's just a utensil organizer tray from IKEA. It's super cheap, but I did measure my drawer first to make sure it would fit. But yeah, at a glance now, I can just reach in, grab what I want, hold it up against my artwork to make sure it is what I want in that section. Then we can mix some colors as well. I can fit a few more jars in here. Not many, but a few. So yes, I hope it helped you guys. I hope it inspired you. If you go ahead and organize yours, and even if you do it in a different way than what I showed you, tag me. I'd like to see how you guys do it. Do hashtag WowOrganized. How about that? Hashtag WowOrganized. Or even hashtag wowswatched. You can do both of those. I'm going to put both of those hashtags on here. So yes, go organize, get creative, have some fun, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye-bye for now.